Welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here in the Impact Power Sports studio. We meet again for like the 8 millionth time. Nightmare fuel today on the radio show. That's what I mean by nightmare fuel. I'll talk about the wings in a minute. Nightmare fuel is, for as long as I can remember, I've had a recurring dream where I'm at the radio station and there's dead air or something like that, and then in the nightmare I can't get the station on the air, and it's really frustrating, and my God. So, doing the show the way I do now from this location, there might be periods of time where I'm like, okay, I've got 8 minutes to go downstairs, get some coffee, whatever. In this particular case, I put the dogs on a leash and took them out to go potty. I'm listening on the app, which is about 15-second delayed from what's happening in real time, because by the time it gets there, and, bit of a delay. And the final song starts playing, and I know the song's about 3.5 minutes. I go walking into the backyard with the pooches, Darla and Bruce, and O'Neill has ventured off. And I'm like, oh, my God. I open up the dog finder app because he's got that GPS thing. Thank God. And it's literally like Pokemon Go. Or Pokemon. I say Pokemon, not Pokemon. Kenny already corrected me on that once. Pokemon. It's like Pokemon Go. And I look, and there's the O'Neill icon. Look, I can even show it to you. I don't even know if you can see this. Probably not. I don't know why I'm wasting my time. I'm an idiot. Yeah, you see those two little dots there? One of them is O'Neill's face. And he's like down the street. I go, fuck. I've got probably, I don't know, 2 minutes left till my song ends. It's a song called Heartless by Heart. So I go, okay, now I can leave them out there, wander the neighborhood, and I can go up because I got to talk out of that song and do whatever I'm doing. And then I can go and get them. I go, fuck it. You only live once. Swing open the door, and I'm looking at the app, and I'm trucking through the neighborhood, wearing my Crocs, going through people's yards, and I see the bastard. And I'm like, oh, God, O'Neill, let's go. And he starts to run towards me. He's like, it's time to play. Okay, time to play. And so then I start running back to the house. He's following me. I open up the door. He runs in the door. At this point, I realized I have redlined. I have lost so much fitness from the days when I used to swim, bike, run like a madman. All I did was, now I ran fast. I ran as fast as I possibly could to go get him. But I'm like, oh, God damn it. I get into the house, and I'm at the bottom of the steps. I start running up the steps. I realize I'm halfway up the steps, and I've so gone into the red that I can barely make it up the steps. I got to slow down. I can't run up anymore. I can walk up. I can't run anymore. I get into this. I bust into this door. I look at that screen, and it says, now my time was a little off, but I had 80 seconds, a minute 20 until that song ended. And then I got to talk. So I go, okay, and I sit in this chair, and I'm just sitting still. And I'm like, okay, I got to catch my breath. Because if I'm not careful, I'm going to be talking out of breath, and that just sounds weird. People are going to think I was pounding my pud. And I had just enough in the tank to be able to muster out like 5-6 words before having to take like a big breath. The Insane Asylum Q100 Michigan Mornings. And then I would have to turn my head away, go, and then continue on with my next thought. It was that difficult. The nightmare fuel is the whole idea of while I'm out traipsing around the neighborhood getting the dog, the song ends and then there's dead air because it wouldn't continue playing because I'm supposed to be doing a commercial break. In hindsight, I should not have gone to get the dog. I mean, I can find them on the app, so that was a big mistake, but it worked out. But my God. And then this all happened the last half hour of broadcast. Kenny writes, quote, that new guy on the radio must have really enjoyed his last song. While I'm doing one of my last segments, Q100 Michigan Mornings is all I want to say. But what comes out is Big 101.3, the fun hits you know. I merged the radio stations, which has happened before in my life. Can you imagine what my bosses were thinking when today on the radio they heard it? All right, man, here we are, Q, Big 101.3. Oh, and I think I kind of like stopped midway through it. You know, they put the Insane Asylum show on demand on the app. So we can go back and listen to that tomorrow of me screwing that one up. I just shrugged it off. Just kept on going. Whatever you do, just don't stop. Keep going. No one, half the people won't even notice. So the Red Wings, I mean, it's weird for me to talk about like one hockey team, but it's not like I didn't do that during the Lions football season. Well, this is ridiculous. This is great. The fucking Red Wings, with 2 games left, it's really important that they win last night. If they lose, they're done. They won't go to the playoffs if they lose. And it was 4-1 midway through the second period. Hold on a second. Darla! And then they scored, and then they started the third period down 4-2. With 9 minutes to go in the game, DeBrincat scores to make it 4-3. This is that moment. Now, I wouldn't be talking about this if something absolutely awesome didn't happen. But again, they're down 4-2 with 9 minutes to go in the third. Red Wings have to win. And it doesn't help that the Washington Capitals, who they're chasing in the playoffs, they ended up winning last night. Detroit is at home, their last home game of the year. Everybody in the stands is thinking, oh, this is over. Like I said, everybody went to bed when it was 4-1.
In their game.
Why am I? Oh, hold on. I'm fucking shit up already. Open mixer, turn up volume. Here we go.
In their game. Across, quick shot. Scores! Don't break it! It's 4-3!
Okay, 4-3. That's great. Crowd's pumped.
There is life in the building.
There's life in the building. Okay, now they pull the goalie. The Wings have an extra attacker, empty net. And then this happens.
Below it goes, Raymond across. Armia, what a stop. That Gostisbehere. Perron across. Larkin. Gostisbehere. Perron. Cuts to the middle. Down low, Raymond. Chance to shoot. He scores! Raymond! Lucas Raymond! 4-4. 1:17 to go.
Lucas Raymond ties it up.
In their game.
Then they go to overtime. Here's how that went.
To the middle. The shot. And the Holland, Michigan native stopped there by Lyon. Lead pass in for Larkin. In space for Raymond. And he scores! Lucas Raymond! Overtime winner!
Get the fuck out of here. Look at that place.
Oh, my goodness. What a script. You could not make this up.
Oh, no.
My.
Lucas Raymond, twice as nice. Montreal's a lovely city, but really nice when you can go back there, making it a business trip.
Oh,
Look at this crowd. Nobody's left the building.
that's awesome.
They're all on their feet. Look at them. Take it away, gang.
Playing Don't Stop Believing.
This morning I got up and heard Journey sing the song Don't Stop Believin'. And I thought, boy, would that be nice to hear it tonight. And you got it going now.
And what a journey this team's taken us on.
Good as it gets, baby.
They're still going to need some help, but they sure helped themselves tonight with their third.
Okay, so I want to play the radio version. That was the TV version. Ken Cal on the radio. Him and Paul Woods.
Now to Brinkett, over the blue line to Dylan Larkin. Now to Raymond. He shoots. He scores!
Yes!
Oh my goodness! Lucas Raymond wins the game for Detroit in overtime. Final score: Red Wings 5, Montreal 4, and Lucas Raymond has done it again. Oh my!
What a hockey game for the Red Wings. What a comeback, a victory down 4-2 after 40 minutes of play and come all the way.
That was incredible. That was fun. I'm laying in bed because I was like, oh, fuck it. They lost. They lost. And then I look and holy shit, they won. They won the game. What? My boy, Go Josh Go, was there last night. In fact, he was doing PA, I think, for part of the game. I don't know what the hell was going on there. I saw him. I could hear him. He's so busy doing PA for the Red Wings, doing in-stands announcing. I'm hoping he picks it up because... how come you like this but not?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, buddy, how are you? I'm podcasting. Welcome.
Oh, hey.
Did you did you see that last night?
Yes, it was insane. I actually had to. I drove home last night because I had to be here at work, so I was getting my stuff packed up, and I heard the horn blow for the game tire, and then was listening to the radio on the way home to hear the overtime winner.
Oh my God, that's remarkable to me that you couldn't actually see it because you had to get back here.
Yeah, I did. So I want to beat the traffic out, sell out crowd. I don't want to get stuck in traffic. So yeah, I ended up getting home about 11:45, but it was great. Crowd was on fire, and what a comeback. You
were doing the PA announcing for the Red Wings at the start of that game or during the warm up. What was going on there?
Yeah, so the normal PA guy was on his way back from something. He went to a wedding out of the country, and he knew he was going to be late, so they had me fill in until warm-ups, and I was kind of hoping that he was going to get there a little bit later so I could do the lineups too, but still, just even to do the PA before the warm-ups was pretty amazing.
Can you describe the atmosphere? Because it was kind of like they were dead in the water for a good amount of time, and then things started to pick up.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was like the crowd obviously was not happy with the early goals and the goaltending, but they just kind of kept it going the entire game. And as soon as they scored those other two goals, you could just see them and the crowd just really get back into it. So they never gave up. And right before I left, they did the T-shirt toss, the little crowd pump, and they were just, it was so loud, deafening.
My God. Anybody ask you for your autograph yet?
Yeah, some people here that I work with.
People that you work with?
Yeah, people here that I work with, and like a few people at the arena, but a lot of people want to take pictures and whatnot, so it's been fun.
You are turning into a goddamn celebrity there, Josh.
I'm just Josh, just me.
I
think
know
it's
it.
where I am today by not being me.
I know it. I loved the piece that Fox 17 was. No, I'm sorry, Wood TV 8 did on you. That was really, really something, man.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to see a little peek behind the curtain, behind the scenes stuff. And yeah, it was a nice long day, but I just like I said, I love it. Just want to keep going, and I don't get tired until I'm done.
Dude, all right, keep it up. Thank you for the time.
Absolutely.
Hollywood Joe says you're also a great pro wrestling ring announcer. He sees you doing that. So good for you, buddy. Keep it up.
I appreciate you. Thank you, man. Love you.
See you. Love you too.
All
There
right,
you go.
bye.
The world famous Go Josh Go, who for 15 years toiling with the Grand Rapids Griffins. I shouldn't say toiling. It's a great gig. But I mean, we're there every game in and game out, and then all of a sudden, the Red Wings say, "Hey, you're pretty good at that. How would you like to do it for the NHL team?" And he's like, "What? Okay." So he was there for that. God, that is something. Very, very cool. So the Wings now. They got one regular season game left. If they win tonight in Montreal, and if Washington loses to Philly, the Wings are in the playoffs. We'll see. It could happen. I don't want to get too worked up at this because they were fucking dead in the water yesterday. They were an absolute pile of shit. And then they put it together and got that win. All right. Today, a little bit of a issue as I was walking around downstairs that I get the impression that our pal, the NFK, if I'm down there, he doesn't really go in the kitchen because he always does something disastrously that I have to warn him about and say, hey, make sure you don't do this. Make sure you don't. And I hate having to bust his balls. But if I let him go unchecked, we're going to have it's going to be horrible. It's already terrible. The latest is when the guy gets a goddamn bowl of cereal, he puts so much cereal and milk in that it's like over the top of the bowl, like a tremendous, and he can't do anything without shaking all over, you fucking, and sure enough, I come around the corner and he's got this massive bowl of fucking Honey Nut Cheerios. And he's shaking all over like a goddamn leaf. Kenny says, does he put salt in his cereal too? Exactly. Oh my God. And so it's just fallen off. And then it's fallen off on the floor, and I see him and he sees me and he knows he's in deep shit. And is he stepping on the cereal so all the busted bits of Honey Nut Cheerios are now on the floor? Rebecca says salt in cereal. No. That's a joke by Kenny because he put so much salt on his food. So I go, hey, Kenny. Hey, Kevy. He goes, yes. I go, maybe a little less in the bowl. That would avoid it from falling all over the floor. Okay. Of course, I clean it up. No big deal. But honestly, I have to say something. I can't just. The place would be an absolute disaster if I didn't say anything. Kenny says, yes, Rebecca. The NFK puts it on everything else. You would not believe the amount of salt that he puts on something. So you've got like a frozen meal, which is already loaded with salt. And then he'll get it out of the microwave and then just dump it on there. Like you wouldn't believe how much salt goes on there. Oh, And at the end of the day, it's still remarkable to me. I don't know how this works. I don't know how systems operate inside of the human body, but his sodium is low, like chronically low. Kenny says most goes on the counter, too. What he does is if I'm in the room, he'll take the food and walk over the sink and salt it, which is what I've asked him to do. But if I'm not in the room, I've watched him do it. He will salt the food, not over the sink. He only does that when I'm there. These are all things that test me. I have had very few moments where I've actually lost my patience. The extent of me losing my patience is just dude, can you? And I'll ask him that way. I won't insult him, but I'll get frustrated. The goddamn everything bagel, that dilemma. I said to Diana the other day, I go, okay, if we can, don't purchase everything bagels anymore. Because, they got the poppies, they got sunflower, they got the salt, they've got everything. That's why they call them everything bagels. And I've had this conversation a million times. We have all these cutting boards. Just grab one, set it down, put the bagel on there, and or the bagel goes into the goddamn toaster. Take it out, set it down, put the butter on it. He just doesn't use the cutting board. If I'm in the room, he will use the cutting board. If I'm not in the room, he won't use the cutting board. He'll put it right on the countertop, and then they call it everything for a reason. Everything falls off the bagel and goes there. And then he puts it on a plate and then goes and eats goddamn bagel, and then everything is on my counter, and he won't clean it up. So what the fuck? I think that if this resulted in me firing away randomly at him with my pistol, and I explained this to a judge, the charges would be dismissed because he would understand my rage. One of you said that I have the patience of a saint. You're right. I do. I really do. One of you also said you need bigger bowls. We have bigger bowls. Doesn't matter. It's not going to change. Ryan says, LOL, the salt. I can't believe he only does it properly in your presence. You should put Zane scarecrows all over the kitchen so he thinks you're always in there. One of the things that I said, I go, dude, and I made this very clear. I go, when you're preparing food, you touch everything with food on your fingers. I go, the problem isn't that you're not wiping off the things that you touch. The problem is you're not wiping your hands off. Wipe your hands off so that you don't have 8 pounds of fucking Swedish meatballs on your fingertips when you grab shit. You understand what I'm telling you? Yes. Does he do that? No. So now, if I'm in there, he'll finish up, and let's say he touches the fridge. He'll get like a little thing of paper towel and just wipe the fridge off, and that's it. And I'm like, that's not going to do it. It's the grime on your hands. Ugh. Kenny writes, I can imagine you hiding around the corner looking into the kitchen, and he's ready to salt something, but he turns his head around to see if he sees you. If you're hiding too good for him to see, so he doesn't go over to the sink, and then you rage out on him. I don't want to know. I've thought about sneaking around or putting cameras up, and then I'm like, then my life will be consumed with that. We can't do it. Molly says, wash the hands. No, he won't. There was one time when I could see it. Like those, when you, those Kraft cheese slices, that American cheese food stuff in the plastic, each is individually wrapped. He was putting one of those on a sandwich, and somehow the corner of the piece of cheese was still stuck on his thumb. And I'll never forget it because I just happened to look around and I saw the cheese on the thumb. And he went to go touch the microwave buttons, like to put like a minute on the timer. And as he's going to reach it, I go, ah, 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 ah. And he looks at me like, what? And I go, wipe your thumb. And he looks at it. Huh. I'm like, you fucking idiot. God damn. Again, I am a saint. An absolute saint. Donut Dan says, I can only imagine what the remote control looks like that he uses. Yuck. That's a great question, or a great statement. Great thing to wonder, I should say, because when I do have to use that, I will get those 2 Clorox wipes. I'll lay one on top. I'll flip it over and lay the other one on top of it and then wash it thoroughly. And then I do it right in front of him. I was in the sunroom, that is his room, where he watches TV. And the amount of tobacco on the floor is, it's staggering. I don't even go in there anymore. And there's no end in sight. This is not, he's so healthy. This is going to be his home. Diane and I are going to croak, and he's just going to take over here. And then it'll just catch fire one day, somehow, and then that'll be it. Let's see. Corey writes something that is not English in all caps. No offense, but how do you do that? Rebecca writes, no offense, but how was he raised so differently than Diana that he turned out this way? I don't know. No clue. I mean, I know how he was raised. He was coddled. This is what happens when you coddle someone. Kenny adds, well, he's missing part of his brain, so username says he's a fucking legend. He truly is. The stories, you know, I had someone say to me the other day, my God, you really talk a lot of shit about him. It's like, this is payment, okay? This has to happen. No, but it might have something to do with missing part of his brain. I don't know, but he hasn't been missing part of his brain his whole life. I don't know. Tyler says his room and board is paid for with content. I don't know what Ryan means. He writes, I imagine Diana was hot, depending on attractiveness. It tends to determines what kind of adult you'll grow into. Okay, that's another message that I don't know what you mean. Look, if you guys are going to participate on the chat, can you fucking do it in English? Can we actually have a moment? I mean, because I don't have a ton of time to sit there and pour over what you're contributing. And if what you contribute is not English, you dumb motherfuckers, how the fuck am I supposed to engage you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Corey, you're not even allowed. I mean, you're a retard to begin with. I actually am not mad at you because you are retarded. Kenny writes, how am I making more sense than you guys today? Yeah, that's from a moron who can't complete a sentence as well. God. You don't have that much responsibility. Just participate and write in complete sentences that make sense. That's how this works. Shit, fuck. Great. Now I'm going to have this clip taken out, and it's going to wind up on Carl's stupid show or some shit because I'm yelling at the audience. Son of a bitch. Knock it off. Focus. Read before you hit send. Dipshit. Jesus. All right. Great. Now that fat fucking slob Jamingo will probably harp on me about this. I thought he was dead. His pal Boomer Bob died, which I didn't even know that he died, but he died. And now he does the fucking show with Kate still, that disgusting fucking disgusting whore. Fuck her. Anyway, he'll probably be talking about this because that's all that fat slob does nowadays is watch my show and then talk about it on his stupid show. And then he tries to like make me talk about his stupid show, which I guess I am now. What a pile of shit. He went on his show and he said, "I'm glad Bob's dead." I don't know. Those two had some type of falling out. Bob died. And then he went on his show and said, "I'm glad Bob is dead." It is so weird. I can't believe that happened. All right. Thank you if you're watching the show on Facebook or X or YouTube. I appreciate you so much. If you want the audio podcast after this concludes, you can find it wherever you download shows. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it, I'm on all of them. Meanwhile, the Patreon. It's going to be a Big Fraud Thursday this week with Who Are These Zanes? We'll be going back to beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee for Billy and Eric. Billy Kid, Eric Zane. Billy, may he rest in peace. On WIMZ. Big Fraud Thursday starts at what time? 6:15, I believe. On Patreon. patreon.com/Eric Zane. Thank you to the folks who are watching on Facebook and X. Facebook and Twitch. Brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. X brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Follow me on those platforms. And follow me on YouTube and Instagram as well. If you ever want to reach me, send me an email, eric@ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. Let's see. Username says Bob died. Cole wrote, "For real?" Ryan says, "Did he die from some kind of insane drug overdose?" Corey said, "Please let it be from COVID." Yeah, it was. It was COVID. Jamingo announced it, that Bob died from COVID. Patrick says, "Did he really die?" Maureen says, "For real, Boomer Bob died." So she must have gotten that info that I heard too. I have no fucking idea if he's dead. I just made all that shit up. I have no clue. I just know that he doesn't podcast with that fat fuck Jamingo anymore. When's the next show with Jamingo? I don't care. No, none. I won't be doing a show with Jamingo. He's worthless. Ryan says, such a fraud. I love how everyone believes everything you say. Rebecca says, hey, Eric, did you hear anything about Kelly Cheese getting divorced? She never talks about him anymore, and there are no pictures of her husband on her Instagram. No, I have no idea. I know the other day she said her life is chaos. So I'm guessing that, who knows? I mean, I don't even want to. Let's see. I wonder if I should. Yeah, no, he's not dead.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. The number you dialed has been changed, disconnected, or is.
John's Cricket phone ran out of minutes. So, all right. Maureen says, it's not funny to joke about death. Come on now. It absolutely is funny to joke about death. Corey says it was chaos when that Steven guy moved up here with her from Georgia and then dumped her and went back. Ryan says death is the funniest thing ever. I don't know where that rumor came from, Rebecca. Is that just you're just quietly thinking, or is that being discussed that the poor girl, something terrible happened to her? I would hate that because I like her a lot, even though she has a very unfortunate voice and a disability. I like her. I mean, not that I wouldn't like her because she has a disability, but her voice is a disability. Okay? It might be, if that is the case, that her voice caused it. Because if I was married to a woman who had that voice, I would have a dog rip her throat out is what I'd do. You know? Rebecca says, no, I just noticed she doesn't talk about him anymore. Well, that could be. Sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire, especially if you're listening to that show. Most of the people that work on that show have so many ridiculous personality flaws that they're impossible to get along with. And birds of a feather. Being that there's only one guy married there, that would be Steve, that hasn't had anything dramatic happen, as far as we know. I mean, he might be on the outs too, right now. Rebecca says, when you were on at 8, I didn't even listen to that show at all. But now, since you're on at 10, I just listen to them until you come on. Yes, you're encouraged to. If you're not going to listen to the Insane Asylum, absolutely listen to them. And if something happens that I need to know about, for the love of God, tell me. I need to hear that. That helps me when it comes to doing Who Are These Free Beers? Okay? Which is one of the many shows that I do. I need you guys out there so that whenever Free Beer gets fussy with the audience and shit like that, and there's some disagreement between them or something worth talking about on Who Are These Free Beers, I mean, I got to know. That is some fucking gossip. And we're all about that here. Corey writes a complete sentence. He wrote, that's because Steve is boring as fuck. See how easy that is, Corey? You degenerate fuckface cock. Ryan writes, Kelly should consider getting one of them computer voices that Stephen Hawking used. With her ability to drive content and a great voice, she'd be unstoppable. All right. Corey says, I used small words and short sentences just for you. Okay. That's so not true. grammatically and the typos, the grammatical problems and the typos that you put into your sentences. Make it so that they don't actually make sense. So shut up. The open and live stream of today's show brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505. That's 231-332-6505. When it comes to getting a mortgage, this is who you call. Get into the mortgage right now. As the rates fall, you will get a refi after they fall about 1.5 points. But the key is getting the home now and start paying on it. All right? So much better than paying rent. Get a mortgage today. Maybe you want to get some money out of your home right now to pay off a high-interest credit card bill. You can do it with Mario, 231-332-6505. We will be back this year at Berlin Raceway, and I'll be giving away tickets to the races for you. They open up coming up on, today is Tuesday? They open up Saturday, for God's sake, at Berlin Raceway. The icebreaker is right around the corner. That's right. So you got racing this weekend at Berlin Raceway. Tickets at berlinraceway.com. When you buy them online, just $10. Go to berlinraceway.com. Get your tickets for the icebreaker. The parking is free. You can bring in a cooler. 12 by 18. The details are on the website. And load it up with all your snacks and soft drinks, no glass. And you cannot bring any alcohol. You can buy it there, and they price it cheap. All right? Regular price, $18 for those tickets. Get them online on sale for $10. It's a 4 p.m. start time for the icebreaker. And then away we go with racing all spring, summer, and the start of fall at Berlin Raceway. Love them so much. Year 3 with the Eric Zane Show podcast. Year 5 for Joe Martinez. A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. Call him and tell him he's a dick for believing that O.J. Simpson is not guilty. 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. Despite him being a stupid Michigan fan and believing that O.J. is not guilty, he's an all right guy. 616-516-8579. His biggest fan is Linda. Have him tune up your air conditioner. That is very important. Just $79 when you get that done. The Eric Zane Show podcast is powered by the Eufy Video Smart Lock E330. This thing's amazing. These people sent me one, and I'm so happy. I love it so much. It's a lock. It's a 2K camera. It's a doorbell. 3-in-1, triple security. You know, a lot of the times when you buy something that's like a camera, so you can see who's at your door, you're going to have to pay a monthly fee. That is not the case with the Eufy Video Smart Lock E330. And by the way, I want you to search EUFY Video Lock. That's EUFY Video Lock. Or visit eufyofficial.com/video lock to see how you can gain complete control of your door. The Eufy Video Lock is easy to install, set up with just a Phillips screwdriver, no drilling required. Thank goodness, because if I did that, there'd be holes all over the place. It'd be horrible. Keyless entry, no more fumbling for the keys when your hands are full. Never worry about the kids losing keys or passing among the renters. 1 second unlocking with, get this, AI self-learning chip embedded. The more you use it, the more accurate it will be. It's fingerprint recognition on this thing. You gotta try this out. Search Eufy Video Lock. That's EUFY Video Lock. Or go to eufyofficial.com/video lock. Full 3-in-1 triple security with Eufy. All right. Joe responds in the chat by giving me the finger and then wrote, "We are Michigan." And then he wrote, "Go Blue." With that being said, another Michigan staffer just got popped for drunk driving. Oh, hang on a second. Q100.
Oh, I thought you went home already. This is Bill from St. Helens. I was going to ask Joe Mama if she'd play that REO song.
Oh, yeah. I missed it. Sorry about that, buddy. I
no,
put,
that's all right.
I put the phones on forward. She should be picking it up. I don't know why it came to me.
I'll check back later. Hey, you have a wonderful day.
All right, buddy. See ya.
All right, bye.
That's Bill in St. Helens, Michigan. I know I put the phones, took them off forward. If I don't do that, I get yelled at. Denard, what's his name? Denard something? Denard Walker? Denard, I don't know. He used to be a quarterback at Michigan. Denard Robinson. But he's a handsome fella, too. What a fucking dummy. This hot on the heels of Sharon Moore hired that asshole, and he worked, it was like a defensive coach or something like that, or a linebackers coach, and he had the job for 8 days, and then he got shit-faced. Greg Scruggs, that's it. He got hammered and drove and got popped, and they got rid of him. He didn't even coach more. He didn't even do anything. He was there for 8 days. He didn't have time to set up his office. Denard Robinson served as assistant director of player personnel for Michigan. He was arrested early Monday morning in Ann Arbor. He got in a wreck around 3 a.m., according to the Ann Arbor police. So, I mean, that's it, right? I mean, if the other guy got fired or had to resign, that means that Denard Robinson, they're going to have to get rid of his ass, too. He played for Michigan in 2009. He went to the NFL in 2013. I don't think he did anything. Showed up back at their doorstep in 2022 and joined Michigan's coaching staff. School has suspended Denard Robinson indefinitely. Football coach Sharon Moore said this: "We are aware of an incident involving Denard Robinson and have suspended him indefinitely. We will continue to monitor the situation and will have no further comment at this time. Charges are pending the results from a toxicology test." So if he's shit-faced, they're going to have to get rid of him. I don't know what the fuck kind of a job you have as an administrative assistant. Is that what he is? Assistant Director of Player Personnel. Sounds like a guy who makes copies. Joe Stinkpot says, Denard was awesome as a Wolverine. That sucks. Don't drink and drive. Wolverine Bronco writes, no excuses for that in this day of Uber and Lyft. I wonder how Joe Martinez feels about Denard Robinson drunk driving. What should they do about that? I mean, I understand you've got maize and blue blinders on, but you got to cut them loose, right? Especially after you got rid of Greg Scruggs. I want you to know, Joe Martinez, that you are the only reason why I want Michigan to go winless this year. You are representative of everything annoying about Michigan fans. You know? I was at the dog park this weekend with another Michigan honk, Greg Henson, who is part of WLAV. He's on the morning show with Michelle and Travis. He's almost as annoying as you. And there's a guy there dressed head to toe as a Michigan cheerleader. Like he's got like the maize and blue sweatpants and the maize hoodie and the hat, the block M and the gloves. It wasn't even cold out. He just wanted to wear all his shit. And he's got like a nice looking dog. And I go, hey, buddy. And I'm petting the dog. And I go, what's the dog's name? He goes, Victor. I'm like, what a stupid name for a dog. And then Henson goes, Victor, like hail to the victors. And the guy goes, yeah, damn right. Go blue. And Henson goes, yeah, go blue. Yeah. Shut up. Wolverine Bronco says Henson is an asshole. I don't agree with that at all. I like Henson a lot. You can't possibly know Henson personally. You probably only know Henson from when he talks on the radio. So you don't know what you're talking about. I like Henson a lot. Corey writes, Michigan versus Cowboy fan in an annoying as fuck contest. Next time I see, Tyler says, hey, next time Eric sees the dog, he'll say, hey, loser, what a good boy. No, I'm going to say, hey, Sparty. All right. Apparently, dumbass Ashley is annoyed that we're talking sports because she doesn't know anything about them and we're not paying attention to her. And she wrote, go sports. Yeah, shut up. What are you going to do? Tell me, snooze, this is boring, move on. Oh, God. What is your deal? Dash cam video shows this guy on a motorcycle doing 100 miles an hour. But that's not all. Cops trying to track the guy down somewhere in Indiana. This is the... Oh, God damn it. This is the video of the cop as he's trying to pull the guy over. The guy on the motorcycle is standing on the motorcycle. Okay, now, he's standing on the motorcycle, hands on the handlebars, riding it like a Razor scooter, weaving back and forth in the lane. Cop is trying to pull him over. I don't even know if the guy realizes that there's a cop behind him. Cop pulls up next to him to get his attention. Guy hops down on the seat and takes off. Believe it or not, the guy pulled over. What the fuck? Maureen says he must have a death wish. Bob says, great way to turn yourself into ground chuck. Tyler says, go for a pit maneuver on this guy. police in Fishers, Indiana, arrested the guy. He was doing 104. My God. Stopped and arrested for reckless driving. They identified the driver as Cody Brown. He was taken to jail. Law enforcement reported the officers first spotted him. And then it took a little bit of time to actually catch up with him. And that's it. What the fuck is wrong with people? Meanwhile, in the state of Missouri, there is a study that an increase in motorcycle deaths has risen dramatically since the state of Missouri said you no longer need a helmet to ride a motorcycle. Now, no kidding. Fatalities have increased 47% since 2020. Last year was Missouri's deadliest on record with 174 motorcycle deaths. The headline on FARC said, organ donation way up in Missouri. It has to be. You know, you're going to get people that say, why do they allow that to happen? Why does the legislature allow people to ride motorcycles without helmets? I don't know. I don't care. Frankly, if somebody wants to ride a motorcycle without a helmet, to me, there's a handful of things you can't tell people what to do. Okay? You can't tell them to ride a motorcycle with a helmet. You can't tell people that they can't get an abortion, particularly women. You can't tell people to give back their guns. You can't tell people that gun control is the answer. What are some other ones that just don't work? Something to do with religion somewhere in there. You can't tell people that they have to wear their seatbelts. I mean, most people do. There's a lot of those that exist. You can't tell people to quit smoking. You can't ban smoking. You can't ban alcohol. I say we need less regulation. You know, hard drugs, I think need to be completely legalized. All this does is lowers the bar for people like me to be able to excel. Okay? More stupidity in the world means that somebody like me who's not that smart seems like I'm brilliant. So I encourage all of these maneuvers. The state of Missouri is doing everyone a favor by eliminating helmet laws to get these assholes on the road with no helmets so that when they die, we can donate their organs. They don't pollute the gene pool anymore. The only thing that is a problem is I don't want the innocent person being in jeopardy because of guy on motorcycle who doesn't wear helmet or have to see his head explode when it hits the pavement. That can be a little messy. I also feel for the first responders who have to scrape these dumb fucks up off of the pavement. But a 47% increase. State of Michigan, not that long ago, said, all right, we're going to go ahead and eliminate the helmet law. That was a brilliant move by the state of Michigan. You get these dumb fuck bikers who avoid Michigan when it comes to touring the state. All right? And we want their fucking money. You know, these assholes got to live free. So I fully support dumb fuck guys on motorcycles doing whatever they want. Okay? Corey says people have the right to kill themselves. Tyler says I'm all for it. Survival of the fittest, increase organ donation. Joe Martinez says our body Wait, our choice, our body. Isn't it the other way around? Our body, our choice? Chris says, same people who argue against my body, my choice for women's rights. Dan says, from a cop's perspective, Dan in his previous life was a cop. I hate going to motorcycle accidents. Loud pipes save lives. My ass. Helmets save lives. Yeah, the only reason why those dumb fucks say loud pipes save lives is so that they can say loud pipes save lives. Loud pipes are annoying. When a guy is coming up on the side of me and I hear the loud pipes, I try to hit him. I cut him off. Loud pipes, that is, tips me off that I should cut you off. That's what I'm doing. If I'm driving down the road and I'm in the right lane at 55 miles an hour like I like to go with my flashers on because I like to save gas, and on my left is a motorcycle guy doing 90 with no helmet. He's got the ape hangers. He's riding his fucking chopper. He's got his stupid vest on. And I can hear him coming from a half mile away. I wait till he's about 6 feet from me, and then I swerve over. And I don't go faster. That's how you got to handle those pieces of shit. Username says you cannot tell people to not text and drive or internet and drive. That's true. People hate that shit. But Corey says that's different because you could crash into someone else and kill them. Not wearing a helmet on a motorcycle is only going to kill you. That's true. You shouldn't text and drive. You should not do that. Or internet and drive. Bob writes, nothing funnier than when watching on patrol live. Live PD, new name. I don't get it. And a bike runs in the area where they'll chase them and they crash and ask, why did you chase me? Spend your money, leave your head. Joe Martinez writes, texting and driving is awesome. Yeah, I can't get behind that one, Joe. I can't look people in the face and say texting and driving is awesome. I will say it's a good idea to cut off a loud pipe guy, but I can't go so far as to say texting and driving is awesome. Joe says, I need a laptop here when I'm driving. Tyler indicates loud pipes save lives. Translation, quote, I like making loud vroom vroom noises. Oh, yeah. It's just for those simpleton butt fucks. I hate those fuckers. Corey says live PD was awesome. I guess I don't know what that is. You know what you also do? You write things without context, and no one knows what you're talking about. I don't know what live PD is, if that's a thing, if that's what you're trying to say. You always think that everybody's in your brain when you make a comment, but no one is, because no one likes you. So no one's going to be in your brain. You dumbass. Chris says can't tell people to not touch doorknobs without washing the peanut butter off. Donut Dan, again, former cop, says, why is it we get a ticket for loud car exhaust, but those motorcycle tards can ride that crap in a neighborhood at 150 decibel levels at midnight? Great question. All right. All sorts of grit. See, now the chat is starting to get dialed in. I can work with you when you actually give me something. Tyler says live PD / on patrol live is awesome. All right, I'm slowly but surely starting to get it. Ryan is the first person to explain it to me. Live PD was a show on A&E. It was canceled when people started hating cops during the COVID era. All right. Thank you for the info. I appreciate all the support and love. Jackasses. My God. All right. Where are we going now? Okay. A couple more sports things. The Los Angeles Clippers, if an opponent misses 2 consecutive free throws, everybody in the stadium gets free chicken from someplace. So this goon for the Rockets, the visiting Rockets, is there. His name is Boban Marjanovic. I think this fuck used to play for the Pistons. He is a ghoulish looking man. Boban Marjanovic. You know, there are hanger-ons, chicks that want to have sex with famous athletes in every sport. But there's no fucking way there's going to be any woman who wants to have sex with this goddamn giant goblin. Look at this guy. Holy shit. Even Ashley wouldn't have sex with this guy. Anyway, he knows that if he misses 2 free throws, they're going to get the free chicken. He misses the first one and he realizes it, and then he indicates to the crowd, hey, I got you. I'm going to give you free chicken.
Eventually be some free chicken on the board if he misses the second free throw.
Oh, man, free chicken on the board.
Yeah, so that's why the fans are getting a little frothy.
Oh, they're pointing to you. Boban's playing with the crowd. Say, you want chicken?
Here's your job.
Oh, he gave him chicken. He's a man of the people. He's a man of the people.
You did that on purpose?
He did. He gave out free chicken.
Eventually,
he's a man of the people.
Chicken on the board if he misses this.
That is worth another watch, because whoever the announcer is, when he realizes that he's going to miss it on purpose to give them free chicken.
Second free throw.
Oh, man, free chicken on the board.
Yeah, so that's why the fans are getting a little frothy.
Oh, they're pointing to you. Boban's playing with the crowd. Say, you want chicken?
Here's your job.
Oh, he gave him chicken. He's a man of the people. He's a man of the people.
You did that on purpose?
He did. He gave out free chicken.
Then there's this. The fucking New York Giants quarterback is this dickhead Mac Jones. And at first I was like, I don't know what's going on here. They said that his eyes are so fucked up here in this clip that everybody's saying he was on something here.
Yes, kind of just start out.
Oh, no. Okay. Watch his eyes.
Yes, kind of just start off with.
Wow. And that they won't stop getting wide. I mean, it'd be like if I was doing the show and I'm screaming at Corey for being a retard, and I'm like moving my eyes around and making them wide and yelling at him and saying mean things about him while I'm doing all this shit. That's what this guy's doing.
Yes, kind of just start off with the obvious. How are you doing in your rehab? And
wow, look at him.
Where do things
He's completely tweaking.
stand?
Rehab's going well. Making good progress, coming along. Obviously spent a lot of time with the trainers here and strength staff. So feel like things are going well. So I'm coming along well.
Hey, Daniel. And so then just to build on that, have they given you a target date of when you think you could be fully cleared?
Wow. Most people, when they're looking at you, You can't see white all the way around the colored part of the eye.
Yeah, I mean, the plan is to be ready to go by training camp. So, yeah, that's what I'm shooting for and feel good about being ready.
Yes.
That is, that's something. Kevin C. 46 writes, looks like a teenager catching his stepmom with his bully. That's funny. I was going to say that is not Mac Jones. Oh, wait a minute. I fucked that whole thing up. It's Daniel Jones. God damn it. I'm so sorry. Kenny says, rehab is going well. I'm 2 hours sober. Yeah, I fucked that shit up. Now I feel like a dick. Ashley says, I only bang hot people. We know this. And then the comment, Corey writes, so how does that explain Joe? Oh no. Oh. Ashley says, fair question. He was funny and rich. All right. I feel bad because I fucked up Mac Jones, Daniel Jones. That's the type of shit that'll piss me off for like the whole day. You know? Okay. I got to go to the bathroom. Easy has to go tinkle. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Having too much fun right now. Kyle Fate, Joe Pellerito, don't think I didn't notice your joke. Well, that snowballed. Oh, God. Excellent work there. Excellent work. Tonight, I want you all to know that the greatest fry cook in America will be once again visiting Bosco's Pub for an amazing dinner service tonight. Come watch the Red Wings and have me serve you food at Bosco's Pub. Last time I was there, I think Dougie was about to come unglued. I don't know what goes on, but, you know, you got Doug, who's the big kahuna, and then Doug E is Junior. And some shit hit the fan. I don't know what the fuck was going on. There was like a lot of tickets coming in, and there was some confusion. And then here's the thing about restaurant work. All it takes is just a little hiccup, and the margin of error is so tiny so that it's like dominoes falling. If things don't go a particular way and there's just a little thing to like mess up the homeostasis that's taking place, the dance between food orders coming in, food being made and leaving the kitchen and then being taken to tables, just a minor hiccup can cause the whole goddamn thing to come tumbling down. All right. Ashley says, I looked at him and said, are you good? He looked furious. Now, are you referring to younger or older? Because Dad is the one with the baseball head on backwards who's built like a brick shithouse. By the way, Ashley was there the other night and other night, evening. Is there anybody who looks more intimidating than Doug, the old man? This fucker has seen some shit. He's been stabbed numerous times, He's been shot. All sorts of fucking weirdo shit when he was younger. Hilarious conversation when he said to his lawyer, I'm buying a restaurant. Okay. I need you to get me a liquor license. And he goes, there is no fucking way you are going to get a liquor license. Doug told me a story one time where at one point he got arrested, and as he described it, the cop roughed him up. And Doug said to him, I'm going to fuck you up for that. So he takes him to jail, and the cop is going to let him out of the car. And Doug's handcuffed. And the cop opens the door, and at the exact moment that the door is opening, Doug swings around and puts his feet up and kicks the door as hard as he can. Just as the door opens, and that fucking door, it opens and goes, bah! Right in that cop's fucking face. And he's like, oh! And then the cop gets up and goes, well, you're fucked now. This is back in the day when you can get away with this. And 3-4 goon cops come out, and they just start fucking beating the shit out of Doug. And he's like trying to headbutt him and kick him, and they're beating the shit out of him. Oh, my God. This guy has been through it. And he's the best guy to run the joint, okay? And because occasionally somebody starts getting a little lippy at the bar or at the table, and he has to go out into the dining room and flash the badge. And if you notice that he's hanging around the dining room, just looking, he's watching. And if things get a little fucking surly, he's going to throw somebody the fuck out of there. Ashley says, I texted you the photo he took of himself on my phone. He's terrifying. Because we're sitting there, and he said, Ashley said, hey, we want to get a picture. So Ashley gave him her phone, and then he just went ahead and took a bunch of pictures of himself instead of taking a picture of them, which is just, that's something Doug would do. And so let me try to pull up the picture right now. I'm waiting for it to arrive. I sent it, so I'm waiting for it to show up in my... Ashley describes him as terrifying. See, I don't, to me, he's not. He's a jackass. And I tell him that all the time. But, if I notice he's pissed, I mean, like legitimately pissed, then I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here. I can't do this. Because if he's that pissed off, then he's liable to just blow his fucking stack. So, anyway, join me tonight. I will be there. So much fun. Okay, this is a picture of Doug. I don't know how terrifying. Well, you know, he's just a little crispy. He's like 57 years old. And Doug's like 5'9", and I think he's 225 pounds. He's that type. He's old man strength / and just built. Just a built man. Ashley says he's very nice. His looks are scary. Yeah. That's funny to hear that. Username 12989 says, I know Doug from the gym as well. Great dude. Oh, he's fantastic. Before I got to know Doug, he would drive around or ride around Jenison in Hudsonville. This is right after the helmet law passed, so you don't have to wear a helmet. and you'd see him riding around on his crotch rocket with red, white, and blue American flag Zubaz pants like Rex Kwon Do in Napoleon Dynamite, and like a tank top and nothing else, flip-flops on his crotch rocket, no helmet, mullet, riding down the goddamn road. Picture that. He needs to bust that thing out. Of course, he drives a fucking Corvette. He drives a Corvette and an Escalade. Those are his cars of choice. All right. Love my friends at Impact Power Sports. Online at impactpowersportsmi.com. Go to their website, pick out something fun. Side-by-side, ATV, UTV, dirt bike, e-bike. Some of you like that shit. Maybe a Yamaha golf cart. That is Michigan's newest dealer of Yamaha golf carts. They sponsor my studio. They're awesome. Thank you so much to the crew over at Impact Power Sports in Rockford, Michigan, right on 14 Mile Road. Excuse me, can't miss them. Sometimes I get choked. Thank you to Impact Power Sports. Not that far from there is Green Medicine Shop, where there's a big sale going on April 19th and 20th. I just heard from Don O, who said, easy, I'll be buying all my pot from Green Medicine Shop because I got my med card. That is cool. So this is what you do. You go to thegreenmedicineshop.com, and there's a link you can click to get your med card. And you can literally have it in 15 minutes, depending on how busy they are. They have people show up to buy pot, and they're like, well, this is a medical facility. Oh, but click this link, and in 15 minutes, you can have your card. People do it in the parking lot. They come in, they have the number. They give it to the folks at Green Medicine Shop. They get the medical cannabis. Why medical? Well, in a state that has recreational. Exactly. Well, in Greenville, they have an ordinance, and these people love to live in Greenville, so they opened up their shop there. They're working on that, but in the meantime, you're going to get your cannabis medicinally from Green Medicine Shop. So to get that license, it's $90. EZ, why would I do that? Well, because Green Medicine Shop gives you a $100 in-store credit, so you're making money on the deal. So go to Green Medicine Shop, get all your cannabis, your edibles, your CBD, you name it, from them. thegreenmedicineshop.com. Friday and Saturday is a massive event, 419, 420. Okay? All sorts of freebies. Noon to 3 Friday, 2 to 5 Saturday. The vendors are going to be there. These are the fuckers who grow the pot. And they're going to give you pot. Free pot when you go there because they want you. They're going to give you whatever. I don't know the names of this shit. You know, it's always got some wacky name. And you're going to, hey, take this. And then you go home and you get stoned and you love that pot. And then you buy it again at Green Medicine Shop. That's how it works. Big sale on, you can get 30 pre-rolls for $60. So I don't know. I mean, I don't smoke pot. But I know all of you do. So go there, 419, 420, and take advantage of everything you need to take advantage of. I suggest you go to their website first and see the schedule of what they're giving away when, what they're selling when, the specials. 419, 420. All you fucking potheads, this is like Christmas for you. thegreenmedicineshop.com. Thank you to Throat/Dale, Superior Cleaning and Power Washing. 231-740-4098. Get the home power wash with Dale. Get on the schedule ASAP. All right. Kevin C. 46 writes, I've heard the new Donkey Dick Ass Blaster strain is really good for your elbows. Chris says, what happened to trivia with Dale? Easy. Oh, I'm bringing it back. It's I just got to figure out where we can work it in on the schedule. So once I figure that out, then we'll be doing Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia for sure. Donko says, signed up in the parking lot. 20 minutes later, happy time. Joe Stinkpot says, will the Red Wings for sure be on at the restaurant tonight? Let me ask that question. Dougie. Yo. ... I have audience asking if for sure the Red Wings will be on tonight at Bosco's, period. Please let me know so I can talk about it. Yeah. I will check. Sometimes there's a reason why. But if it's a Bally Sports game, you're right. Maybe it won't be on. I got to figure that shit out. Because I would totally understand if you didn't go to Bosco's because the game wasn't on. I would want you to see that game. I'd say, fuck that shit. If that's the case, just be there, in time to get home and see the game. I can't believe that it's been so long since we played a goddamn meaningful hockey game for the Red Wings. Jimmy is here. He writes, sorry the Bruins couldn't help the Wings last night. Yeah, the Capitals beat the Bruins. What the fuck? But the Flyers are also very good. The Flyers can still sneak into the playoffs. If the Flyers beat the Caps and the Wings win tonight, the Wings lose, I think they can get in. I don't know. It's all confusing to me. I think Pittsburgh can still get in, too. Jesus. There's a lot going on. All right, where do I want to take this show now? Okay. How about a home security camera outside of your residence? This is something a rich fucker would have. That if anybody gets too close on the property, a goddamn paintball cannon starts shooting paintballs at any asshole who is too goddamn close. Oh. That looks great. I think there's a video that goes with it, too. Paint cam is what they're calling it. Let's check this one out.
Picture a man named Bob, a hardworking family man whose top priority is ensuring the safety of his loved ones. Despite having a home fortified with security systems, he found himself lacking a crucial element, the ability to actively deter intruders. And so, he created me. I'm Eve, an AI-powered robotic security system equipped with an integrated paintball launcher, face recognition, and sound dispatchers, which allows me to recognize intruders and stop them in their tracks.
Fuck yes.
I am computed to examine my owner's property. Upon detecting unknown entities, I dispatch the message. You are identified as a non-authorized personnel.
Oh, it's like RoboCop.
You have 5 seconds to leave the property. 5, 4.
That alone would scare the fuck out of me, you know?
3, 2, 1. 0 compliance. 0 tolerance.
The only drawback is it's not a real bullet.
Bob and I are tightly connected through his mobile phone app.
I like the hot chick voice on it too, man. I would be sitting there as she did that thing, just pounding my useless bud.
Whenever I detect an intruder, I alert Bob about the situation. With a few taps on his screen, he can control my course of action and instantly add trusted faces to my database, granting them access to his property.
Okay, looks like the daughter brought home a boyfriend.
At least I listen to you, if your children don't. With PaintCam's innovative security system, Bob can focus on what matters most, knowing his loved ones are safe. But none of this is possible without your support. Join us on Kickstarter and help create a safer, more colorful future. Stay safe. Eve.
I would love to have those like all around my property. Like 50 of those cameras. Username says AI is so hot. Donut Dan says, hell yes, get ready, cookie sellers, Jehovah's Witnesses, porch pirates. Jimmy writes, put it at the border. Username 12989 says, why didn't Rick make this? Also the question or the comment, Rick needs to mount these around his village like paintball turrets. My God. Yeah, I'm all about it. Chris says, all good till it accidentally shoots the mailman. Yeah, the article that accompanies this, it says what could go wrong, meaning like a lot could go wrong. But I'm here for it. Very cool. Let's see. Trying to figure out what I want to talk about next. There's been so much here on my plate that I'm trying to parse it all together. This asshole in Brooklyn went into the donut shop. He wanted 6 pumpkin donuts. They said, okay, we have 5 now. They've been selling like crazy. Give us a few. We're going to make the rest, make another donut for you. Make more donuts. It was not good enough for this guy. He was shit-faced, and he pulled a gun, and he got busted. He's going to be in prison for a long, long time. Antonio Rosario, 35-year-old asshole who had served time for attempted murder, was caught with a loaded gun after the feds say he went crazy at a Dunkin' Donuts in Williamsburg. That's a neighborhood in Brooklyn. One of the store workers described the dude and the moment and with the 911 dispatcher and says he wants 6 pumpkin donuts. And then the person who works there said, it's the stupidest thing. He wants 6 pumpkin donuts, but we only have 5. So now he's screaming all in our face, telling us you're going to fucking make it. And they're like, yeah, we know. Since he's a felon, well, first of all, in New York, the gun laws there are very, very strict. You can't I don't even think you can have a goddamn handgun. It's well, you can, but there's a lot to it, and you sure as shit can't have it if you're a felon. The fact that he had the gun, that's a federal firearm charge. He faces 6 to 7 years in prison when he's sentenced. Coming up. This all happened at the Dunkin' Donuts. And he started shouting at one of the employees, came back and showed what looked like a weapon in his pants. So, he walked up and pulls up his shirt and says, yeah, that's right. I got my gun. You're gonna make the donut. Quote, there's a guy here arguing for 6 donuts. I think that he brought a weapon inside trying to do something to the coworkers. This is from another person who saw the guy. Can you guys come here pretty quick because he has a weapon on him? I don't want to get harmed or hurt. When the dispatcher asked if the guy knew what kind of weapon, the worker responded, no, he's got it shoved in his pants, so I'm not sure if it's a knife or a gun. Rosario left. Cops found him later because he wandered over to a deli. He had the 9mm pistol with 1 round in the chamber and 13 more in the magazine, according to federal prosecutors. This is like the police cam footage of him. He went to the deli, and he's like trying to get food from these assholes. What a fucking idiot. This guy has been he's been around the block a few times. He has served 2 state prison terms, including a 5-year stretch for a 2009 attempted murder and escape conviction in Brooklyn. He shot a victim in the back and then slipped out of his cuffs trying to flee at the time. He's still on parole for a 2014 robbery conviction. He also made headlines in September of 21 when his girlfriend feared he might die of COVID after he was jailed on Rikers Island for an alleged parole violation. His lawyer moved to get the charges against this guy tossed on Second Amendment grounds, arguing that the 2023 Supreme Court ruling... What the fuck? Can you imagine being the parents of this guy? You know, fucking young man. He spent his whole life behind bars and then going back in prison for extended time because he tried to intimidate the Dunkin' Donuts employees because they were short 1 donut. Donut Dan, proprietor of the Dirty Donut Race, coincidentally, and former cop, says, I am guessing the guy rode in on a loud-ass bike with no helmet. By the way, for the Dirty Donut Race, I can't tell you how happy I am with my partnership with the Dirty Donut Gravel Road Race coming up the first part of the summer. In fact, I need to get the exact date of that and tell you about it. And then talk about the hilarity. Dirty Donut Race. Okay. June 15th. So not even the summer. Now, last year at this time, I was promoting the Dirty Donut Race. And Dan there, Donut Dan, he paid me money to market the Dirty Donut Race. And in a very, very, very rare moment of ineffectiveness, me promoting the Dirty Donut Race garnered 1 person to sign up for the race. 1. I felt so bad when poor Dan told me that. I go, well, fuck, don't do it then. Don't spend a dime. We still are partnered because I am the voice of the race, and he puts my logo on this backdrop here. You see that there? He's got all these great partners like Sealy Automotive Group, Remax, local Remax Realtor, and so on. And then I'm on that, so thank you for that. So I give my services for the voice, and he puts me on there, and he puts a little like insert in the racer's bags and says, hey, check out this asshole's podcast. I felt so bad about that. God damn it. It's like I stole his money. Jesus. I guess what that means is audience members of this show aren't into taking care of their bodies and being physically active and physically fit. You're all just a bunch of disgusting slobs. Whoever the one of you, which one of you was the one that signed up? Chris says, have you guys thought of doing a running race as well? That would be fun. This year, though, I am hosting. Like, I'll be heckling these fuckers and doing the awards and announcing while I'm there. So that's how we're doing business. Dan says it's okay, easy. We have 770 people signed up now, and we sell out at 1,000. Yeah, I know, but me accepting your money, I took off your earnings, you know, and that bothers me. You know, if I have someone on who pays me money to promote them and expecting a return on investment, and I don't deliver, that's frustrating to me. I don't like that. So anyway, there you go. All right, that's kind of like me saying I'm trying to promote you gratis to help you make you whole, because I feel like a hole. So do that. Go to dirtydonutrace.com if you're interested. And that's the race, the gravel road race that you want to ride. Okay? Sarah Rookruck-Roosh is here. Something amazing happened with her yesterday. As you know, I posted on Facebook that I saw one of the bald eagles at Grand Ravines when I was on my nature hike with Pooh Bear. Sarah walks there all the time. And she's like, man, it's been forever. I have never seen an eagle. I've never seen the bald eagle there. And I said, well, you got to know where to look. And I gave her specifics. I go, first of all, you got to find the nest. And it's easy to find now because there's no leaves on the trees. She sends me a picture. She goes, I found it. I go, okay. I go, now, this fat fuck eagle, he's huge. He loves to go way up high in the trees, right by the cart path, not cart path, but the footpath, and look down at you. So if you're near the path and near the nest, look high in the trees. And I described him as, it looks like a keg of beer up high. And sure as shit, she found that fucker. I have the video right here. This is a nice video she shot.
Look at that, right on the path. There he is.
I think you can see that, can't you? I can't make it bigger, otherwise I would. That's a big fella. Hey, big boy. So she did it all yesterday. Sarah, I'm so happy for you. And she wrote on the when she said that along, she goes, it's just like you said, fat fucker in the tree right over the path. Oh, yeah. He is a goddamn blimp, that eagle. And he's got his, he'll go because he's got babies in the nest. The mom so they recently hatched. By the way, if you've ever seen a baby eagle, they are ugly. Oh. Anyway, he goes and gets a big fucking fish and takes it over to the nest and then feeds the babies. She even sent me pictures of that too. So cool. Well done, Sarah. All right. Thank you, as always, to the rest of the sponsors on this show. Before we bring in the asshole of the day, first off, Blue Frost IT is a managed IT service provider of this podcast. They provide so much technical support. If you ever need any type of IT help for your setup or whatever it is, reach out to them. 616-200-8550. They are the best in West Michigan. Vouch merges content creators with small business. I have my own store. So if you want to help my show, because when you buy any of these products on my Vouch store, I get actual money. So this is what I have for sale on my Vouch store. A brand new toothbrush can be yours, called a toothbrush. One for you, one for your kids. They're $8 each. They're great. Any of the audience members that have purchased them have sworn by them. Camp Craft cocktails. They come in jars, and it's dried fruit, and you pour your booze in there, and then you get fruit-infused booze. People seem to love it. Split Rock coffee, either whole bean or ground. The percussion massage guns, which are pricey, but from what I'm told, are great. You can get one of those, too. All this is found at my Vouch store, vouch.store/Eric Zane. Thank you to Frank Fuss from My Policy Shop Insurance. If you're in the market for any type of insurance, whether it be homeowners, life, car, maybe you need health insurance through the marketplace, reach out to Frank Fuss from My Policy Shop Insurance. Set up an appointment at buyinsurancehere.com, buyinsurancehere.com. Frank will hold your hand through every step of getting insurance through healthcare.gov. So that could be because you're self-employed, maybe you're unemployed, maybe your employer does not offer health insurance to someone like you. For me, it's because I do my own thing here, so I have to get my insurance through the marketplace. Frank will help you every step of the way with all the guidance you need, and it doesn't cost you anything. Frank's services are free. He makes his money from insurance companies. So there you go. That's how it works. Okay. Asshole of the day today. Who is it going to be? I don't even know what I talked about today. Send me your suggestion on the chat as to who could be the asshole of the day. Talked about the Red Wings today. We talked about guy who rode the motorcycle while standing on the motorcycle. We talked about helmet laws are creating lots of organ donors. Basketball player gives free chicken to the fans. He's a man for the people. Daniel Jones, not Mac Jones, appears to be high on something. Asshole in New York. There you go. I think your donut guy's your asshole of the day. Unless you have someone different. Asshole of the day brought to you by TC Paintball. Thank you as always. Your asshole of the day is the Pumpkin Donut Dick. Congratulations to you. Patreon happens in just a little while. And then, who are these broadcasters with Christian Blatt? I thank you for being with me today. I will talk to you a little later on. Till next time, thank you and bye-bye.